Well, we have something in common with the Dallas Cowboys, and that's called fighting for a playoff spot. We're both currently on the outside of the wild card looking in, and we head out now on the waitforward.com hotline. He's friend of the show. We got to hang out with him at Radio Row a couple of years ago. It's our buddy RJ Choppy joining us now from 105.3 The Fan in Dallas. RJ, what's up, dude? How you doing?
How we doing, guys? What's going on?
We're doing great. Now, we are looking forward. Houston was a lot of fun. You know, we had a great time down Radio Row there, but we hosted this year. And you know Atlanta knows how to party. So are you going to have the whole crew with you, Shan with you, Roy, or all those guys coming with you for Radio Row?
They are. We got everything booked. I have no idea where we're staying. But, yeah, I love Atlanta. I used to go down there. I went to school, in Knoxville, so I used to come down to ATL a lot. So I'm excited about it, way more excited than Houston.
Okay. I think you're going to be able to get your party on a little bit better here in Atlanta. And it's like right at your fingertips, too. Pun not intended. To me, Houston's a little bit too sprawling, and it's just kind of this big mishmash of a city. And Atlanta, Piedmont is going to be where you want to go to spend your nighttime. But let's talk football here, RJ. We got RJ Choppy, 105.3 The Fan in Dallas, as we get to know our enemy. To me, this all comes down to, and I proved it with stats earlier, RJ, in terms of our Falcons' barometer for winning and losing is how they defend running backs and the run. And the games where they have done a good job against Adrian Peterson, against Saquon Barkley, they've won those games. But the games where they've struggled against running backs, James Conner, Nick Chubb, stuff like that, they have lost. And you guys have a top 3 running back in the National Football League. So are you guys in Dallas like, oh, yeah, we're going to Atlanta. We're going to run through them. Like, how do you see Zeke versus the front 7 of Atlanta?
Honestly, I mean, fans are pretty panicked about this team still. Like, I don't think the Cowboys have really given us a reason to think we're going to run through anybody. They don't. The offense sputters. It would not surprise me if the Cowboys went out there and couldn't run the football and couldn't pass the football and lost like a 17-10 game. It wouldn't stun me at all. There's a whole lot of question marks and inconsistencies around this squad. But, yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, the Atlanta defense is well, you guys are a little banged up. There's no doubt that, the Cowboys hope that they can capitalize on that and do the same thing they did last week to a banged-up Philadelphia team when they were able to throw the ball kind of at will in the second half.
RJ, Amari Cooper in the fold now, obviously giving you a true number one, what you haven't had all season long. How have him and Dak really been on the same page so far?
Well, they've been okay. He came in here right away. They got him early on in the bye week. They got him, I think, on the Monday, so right after their game, right before the bye, they get Amari Cooper. So they had 2 weeks, and they had a Monday night game, so they had 2 weeks in a day. They've done pretty well. Now, Dak does fall in this trap where he likes to force the ball to his number one. He did it with Dez last year. He's done it a little bit with Amari, where he's a little forcing the ball. But there's no doubt Amari's opened things up for the rest of the receivers. Michael Gallup's getting a little bit more room to maneuver, and Cole Beasley. It's helped out. Whether or not the trade was a good trade because of the compensation, the player's amazing. The player's a good player, and that's what they were looking for.
Rick and John here interviewing RJ Choppy from 105.3 The Fan in Dallas on the waitforward.com hotline. So Zeke obviously had many off-the-field issues that to me accumulated to the point where the NFL dinged him. I think if there were like one incident, maybe he doesn't get the punishment that he got, but it was a mistake here, a mistake there, it all adds up, and boom, you get suspended. Is he different? Is he more mature after going through all of that, or is he the same sort of child in an adult's body?
Well, that's he's still a party animal. Now, whether he does it in season or not, how smart he is, well, that's the other key. I mean, Derek Jeter was a party animal. You never saw it. You never saw it. Nobody knew about Tiger Woods until we really knew about Tiger Woods, right? I mean, some guys are smart about it, and Zeke is, Zeke's one of those guys that loves to go out and party. I mean, like, perfect example. I mean, there's rumors in town. I haven't seen this firsthand, but there's rumors that, where Zeke goes, Dak goes. You never heard anything about Dak. He's a little bit smarter about how he sneaks out the back door if something happens. You know what I mean? Like, he's a little smarter about how things go. That's what a quarterback's supposed to do. That's what guys who are smart about things do. And Zeke just isn't there yet. but maybe he learned a little bit because we haven't heard a whole lot about him being in trouble or doing anything or being out. But he's out, So it's yes, he is getting a little smarter about it.
May we suggest, as great hosts that we are here in Atlanta, and we want your Cowboys to come into town on Saturday and just take in all that Atlanta has to offer. Let Zeke and Dak know about this little place called Magic City. It's open till like 5 or 6 in the morning. They'll get in no trouble there. It'll be very incognito. Can we suggest that to them?
You can suggest it all you want. I don't even know where this team's staying. I'm on lockdown, man. No, look, everyone knows how much fun Atlanta is. You guys are making it out like you're the Las Vegas Strip, for crying out loud, though. Let's not go that far, but yeah, everyone knows how fun Atlanta is. It's a great town.
Now, it doesn't compare to the Las Vegas Strip, but there's a little strip on Piedmont. You got a place here, you got a place there, you got a place there, you got a place there. It's all kind of right there for you, centrally located. And I'm with John. Look, I think most of us like big butts, and Magic City certainly has that going on. A lot of wiggle, a lot of jostle, my friend. All right, let's get back to football here. I thought that Dak Prescott – loved him in Mississippi State. Loved you guys getting him in the mid-rounds. And obviously his first year was exceptional, but he's regressed. And obviously you had Witten, tough time getting open. You had Dez, tough time getting open. But I thought Collinsworth did a good job on Sunday Night Football. Rarely, right? None of us are Collinsworth's fan. But talking about how he does not throw his guys open, how he has to see it and believe it and then throw it. Whereas a lot of guys, Jared Goff, Matt Ryan, they throw to a spot before the guy even makes his break. But I thought Dak Prescott would be like more developed and more polished as a QB at this point. Do you agree?
I loved him coming out of college. I wanted the Cowboys to get him. I was like, man, this is a guy to take as a backup. I didn't think he'd be starting right away. I don't know about regressed. I mean, I think that the league caught on to him. But I would like to see a different step. I think he's the guy that they're going to give a contract to. I'd like to see him give a contract to. But his passing ability is just not there yet. And there are some schools of thought. We had Dan Marino on. He says, you can learn accuracy. We had Troy Aikman on, and he said, you can't learn accuracy. Well, which one is it? Can you become better or not? He's got to get to a point where he can make better throws. He's never going to be a guy to take risk. That's not what he is. So he's not going to try to throw guys open because he's not going to throw to somebody who isn't open. And that's going to be a problem he's got to deal with. And he's got to deal with it. He's got to overcome it. Because right now, what Dak is a guy that wants to see something and then believe it and then throw it. And until then, he's never going to take that next step.
RJ Choppy, our guest here on the WadeFord.com hotline, 105.3 The Fan in Dallas, part of their morning show. A name that a lot of Falcon fans probably don't know is a kid by the name of Leighton Vander Esch. But if you were watching on Sunday Night Football, he can flat out play. Has he exceeded the expectations of Cowboys bringing him in?
Oh, yeah. Especially on draft night when everybody in this town wanted Calvin Ridley. And we're so bitter. I was so upset when they didn't draft Calvin Ridley. He was the guy to get. And they take Leighton Vander Esch, a guy who played like a handful of games of non-8-man football. And it was like, what are you guys doing? Well, he's been terrific. I don't want to say it's been the right decision because they had to go waste next year's pick on Amari Cooper, but it's been a terrific one. And they made a choice, and they took a good player. Because Leighton Vander Esch has been one of the 5 or 6 best defensive rookies that there are in the league right now.
And, RJ, I want to piggyback on that. Like, you're watching every play of every game. We're not. And we all watch a lot of Cowboys football, but you're paid to watch every play like we are with the Falcons. Is Vander Esch good at playing the pass a la a Luke Kuechly, or is he sort of just that sideline to sideline, make a million tackles guy, or is he both? Like break down his game a little bit.
He's pretty good at the pass. He's good sideline to sideline. I'd probably say he's better at that than he is in the pass. But, I mean, he's a good player. He's an all-around solid football player. I'm never going to put him in Luke Kuechly's class. I mean, he's got to have a long way to go for that one. But, yeah, he had his first interception. He could definitely defend the pass a little bit. But I would probably say that his better part of his game is in the run.
How's the health of your offensive line? I saw a couple of guys had missed practice and came back. Are they looking to play Tyron Smith, Zach Martin? Will they be available on Sunday?
Yeah, they should be. They should be. Now, there's questions there because Tyron's always had some back issues. Tyron's always had this and that, and we know what happened last year when he didn't play. They better hope he's there. The Cowboys season turned. This is the scene of the crime. The Cowboys season turned last year at Mercedes, so they better hope. I expect Zach to play. The other question is, Connor Williams has been starting at left guard all year. I mean, he's been out, and he missed last week. Xavier Suafilo was in for him, and he was terrific. He was mauling guys. So, that offensive line, the help is never going to be there as long as Travis Frederick's out, right? And he's been out with Guillain-Barré syndrome all year. And it doesn't look like he's coming back at all this season.
Let's talk Jason Witten on Monday Night Football. Okay.
Do we have to?
Nah, look, all right, and I'm going to wind you up and let you go, but I got to say this first. Every time they get him on camera, he's so urgent. It's like he's got breaking news or, the Russians are coming. It's just like, he's too excited. Dude, calm down. Analyze the game. He's got a long he seems like a good dude, RJ, but he's got a long way to go. Break it down.
I can't disagree with what you're saying. I support all Tennessee Volunteers, you know that. But Jason is he's trying to be Tony, and he's trying to mimic what Tony did. Tony is super, excited to be there at every game. And Jason is trying to mimic that. And I think Tony really screwed things up for a lot of guys because it gave the networks the idea that anybody could just step in off the field and do what he did. And there's some people that don't like Tony, and I understand that. I mean, he annoys me sometimes when he gets a little bit too anxious and overexcited about everything. But that whole Monday Night Crew is a disaster. I mean, every play that Joe Tessitore calls, like Game 7 of the World Series or like the final play of the Super Bowl, I don't even know what Booger's doing. I mean, he's just down there on the sideline hanging out and talking about football like it's still 1993. Oh, I got to run the football. Okay. But that whole thing's a disaster. But I expect them to be better in a couple of years. That's the problem, though. I mean, you can't put somebody on Monday Night Football and then wait 5 years. You put them on the 5th game on CBS. You give them the, Bengals against, I don't know, Denver on a Sunday at noon. You don't give them the Monday night game, and that became the problem.
That it did. RJ, great stuff, man. We'll have a good game on Sunday, not like you're playing, but have a good time watching the game. Hopefully we win, and we'll see you here in Atlanta soon.
All right, I can't wait to see you guys lose.
All right, RJ Choppy, our guest there on Sports Radio 92.9. The Game.